last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring the in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We going honest, we going insane.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? A fairly short kick from the 14 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. 19 tight, 19 tight.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Got a man, it's complete to Jelani Woods. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Parks. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Martin, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. Pulled in at the 24. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
19 right.
On first down, it's Cunningham. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Cunningham. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. Up the middle they go. Archer. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On second down, here's Cunningham. And that is incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
70 Ranger.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He finds Pierce. It's complete. Touchdown! Alec Pierce, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Another timeout taken by the Colts. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Throw left side complete. That's Parks. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Gardner, I think it's hard to say, because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%. And I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down, Archer. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Cougar 19. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11. Panther Street. Panther Street.
Now Cunningham. Able to find his man, Woods.
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line.
7 Pirates. 19 Lions. Hurt.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Cunningham to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Colts. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Colts go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far. 3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And this returnable for Hines.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Cunningham. Going deep for Walker. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
70 Rangers.
To throw on 2nd down. Cunningham finding Walker, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Cunningham looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
60 Eagles. Warriors 70.
Now Cunningham. Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
79 Broncos. 19 tight.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Back to throw again. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A final shot before break. Cunningham looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, 19 Lions, 19.
On first and 10, Cunningham. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
18, Pioneer. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Cup 19, Cup 19.
On first down, Cunningham. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
65 cat. Check. Warriors 70. Rig. 18 Rattler. Trap 50. Ready?
Looking to throw on second down. Cunningham. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
19
From the gun on third down, Cunningham. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On third down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70, give
Throwing to start the drive. Cunningham. This is caught. Touchdown! Alec Pierce, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On first down, Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. A first down carry for Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. On second down, here's Barkley. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Cunningham. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
Back and 60. Buffalo 18.
Throwing again. Cunningham. And this is caught. Touchdown, Colts. Jelani Woods, 38 yards. And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
4th down, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Throwing to start the drive. Cunningham looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. And Walker has it. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third down, Barkley. Room here to run.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Flushed out right.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Wilson getting right back to it after the pick six.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And able to find Kirk complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
The pitch goes to Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
One last shot for Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted a picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Colts, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. They will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.
I'm the best, I'm the best,